She called her win over Wang Yan as one of the best moments of her career. We'll talk about PV Sindhu with Sundeep.
Yeah, it was in the sense that, she could have won this anywhere else, in a super series and anywhere else in the world. But when it comes to the Olympics and when you win such a brilliant victory, especially when you're playing against such a brilliant opponent, then it kind of becomes very classic. It just becomes very, very solid and beautiful to look at. And I thought, I've seen Sindhu, once in a while on television, in live, wherever we have reported from. But this time, what you saw Sindhu was a maturity. This was a maturity that an athlete gets when she gets the foundation, which is solid anyway for her, but when she gets the stage. I think she's finally found the stage, and I was very impressed with the way she moved, all over the court. She had composure written all over, even when she was trailing, even when the opponent had 6 consecutive points in the second set, she still came up and she still was looking to win. I think that was probably the best aspect of the win. Apart from her moving to the semis, I think that confidence, you will now see Sindhu in a very different avatar throughout her career.
She was very aggressive. I was having this conversation with Madhumita Bisht, and she said that she saw a different PV Sindhu on court.
I think a lot of credit goes to Gopi Chand. He has this thing about, if you read what he's always, if you read the quotes, he always maintained that he never got to the medal in the Olympics. And somehow he wants his people, the ones who he trains, to probably reach that stage. And I think Sindhu is giving it back in full to Gopi. But looking ahead, looking to the final, I think if she can somehow get past this obstacle now, I think you have somebody who's going to be at least in the world's 5 for at least 5 to 6 years. You see that in her now.
She'll be facing Okuhara, Japanese Okuhara, in the next match. World number 6, but a morale booster that she's just beaten world number 2.
I wouldn't say that the rankings are going to be too important right now for Sindhu or for anybody for that matter, because the Olympics is a very different ball game. It's about your body language, it's about how you think, it's about your mental ability on that particular day. The Japanese is going to come hard because, for them also this is an opportunity, because even they would feel they are playing somebody who's lower ranked than them. But Sindhu somehow has got the measure. If she loses, it's going to be very disappointing for all of us. But not even looking at the match, if I just look at what she played in the quarterfinals, I think she has got the measure, she's got the length of the court, she knows where the drop shots are going, and the aggressiveness, that steely determination that I want to win this, you can see that in the body language and the way she's moving. What I found fascinating was the way she moved, from the left to the right, and the way she was going for the drop shots, not getting perturbed that, she's got lost 6 points on the trot. That can shatter anyone for that matter. But this assuredness is what I'm looking for in the semi-final.
What I saw was that she was at ease, and the Chinese on the other hand was moving all over the court.
Yeah, that's because, once you can always sense the other athlete getting the better of you. And somehow you also felt that she was tiring. I don't know why. In the Olympics, you never see somebody tiring out. They always go out. And probably that aspect gave Sindhu strength. Okay, you can see an athlete tiring. Now let me go and get the final point.
But Sundeep, one point which is very disturbing is that her record against Okuhara is not that great. She hasn't won. It's like 1-3 win-loss against her.
I wouldn't really look into the head-to-head thing. The head-to-head normally, it just goes away in the Olympics. Of course, a lot of coaches, a lot of psychologists would probably work overtime on that. But for top athletes, the Olympics is where they get the big guys. I think that's what is the brilliance, that is what the romanticism of the Olympics is all about. This is not like I said, this is not your normal super series where you go in and if you're losing by a set, you kind of give up. This is the Olympics where you give everything because you're the underdog. The world at the end of the day loves the underdog, and that is what the audience pushes for. And I think Sindhu will ride the wave of the fans out there in the semis.
She will ride the wave, and her parents are very positive about that, and they have a special message for her. They've asked her not to underestimate Okuhara.
Well, the parents are top athletes, so, coming from them, it's going to be a massive booster for her. But At this stage, I don't think she really needs any boost. You know, after you've beaten the world number 2, you can probably go ahead and beat anybody for that matter. And let's expect her to be in the final, because that's where, the way she's playing, she looks to be a final player.
Guys, do like, share and subscribe Red Rebel.